Helzelegger. He's a big man, that's for sure. And Andrew Flynn of England on the right, and a Dutchman. It's probably average height for a Dutchman. Kevin Helzelegger.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
We've known a few big Dutchmen in our time.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew has trained at the same gym as me a few times, and he's a great athlete. This probably wouldn't be his strongest event, although he's still pretty good, pretty consistent. But in terms of his athletic ability, he's amazing. So I expect no matter what happens here, he'll come to the forefront over the next couple of days.
He's doing really well. On 3 reps so far, Terry. Helzelegger, who's got a lot longer to go up with it, has managed 3, but Flynn pulls out a 4th. We have 20 seconds to go. And who is going to grab this one? Helzelegger looks like he's going to get this 4th the way he got the 3rd. Does Flynn have one more? No, Helzelegger doesn't get it. Could Flynn get the 5th? Excellent there. He's 2 reps ahead of Wolfelt, or Wolfet, who came out on his own, did 3. This is our new leader. It's 5 repetitions for Flynn, Andrew Flynn of England.
Yeah. Andrew Flynn reminds me a little bit, although looks totally different, of Paul Smith as a strong man. Like technically really proficient on all the events.
Yes.
Does the basics incredibly well.
He's got a bit of a Smithy beard, mind.
Yeah.
There's a hint of Smith there.
He's not got that sort of absolute real brute power, but technically they're so efficient in what they do. And yeah, he's a fantastic athlete, is Andrew.
Yeah, definitely. As we move on, and our next pairing out, it will be Oskar Zolkowski, and he is up against Tom Place. He's certainly got some big legs on him, more like Tom Platt, old Tom Place, and he's a very chunky figure. Oskar Zolkowski of Poland, Polska Górą.
I remember it was always the way when we were back in the day. If there was a Polish guy's name on the competitors list, even if you'd never heard of them, you knew they were going to be good.
You knew he was trouble. Yeah. You saw ski at the end of someone's name. You knew he was there to cause problems. Well, Oskar looking strong in the shoulders, that's for sure. 150 kilos in the hands, and Tom Place, he's on 3, the Englishman.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your 5. Who wants to see 6?
Tom very wide in the legs there, Place.
Yeah.
Very much a presser rather than a jerker, isn't he? Now, Oskar.
Wow, incredible strength.
That was a good use of the legs from Oskar.
Good performances there from both of them.
Yeah, it definitely goes to the same barber that Pudzianowski used to go to. That's
Yeah,
for sure. The number 1 barber. Number 1 all over. Yeah, Pudzianowski, there's a name you had to tackle a fair few times.
Yeah, I mean, some athlete was Maris, that's for sure.
You watching much in the MMA?
I try not to, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I love watching Maris as a strong man and enjoyed watching him do that. And I almost sort of feel like, as much as he's sort of made a career for himself and everything else, he's not the best at it, let's be honest.
Yes, I get exactly where you're coming from. He was a true GOAT, wasn't he? He was really magnificent for a period.
For someone to be that great, it's almost like, I suppose some people would say the same. Not that I was ever as great as Maris as a strong man, but
exactly.
the same with
Why
bodybuilding.
are you doing bodybuilding, Terry, and mixing it with guys who aren't the world's best at it?
You're never going to be any good. Well,
but it's a feeling of accomplishment, isn't it? As we see Andrew Foytu of the Czech Republic and Ryan Bennett of England. Big Ryan Bennett. He's been there or thereabouts at the British level for some time now, Ryan Bennett. Made a Giants Live debut at the Britain's Strongest Man in Sheffield in January.
Big fan of Ryan, actually. I've met him a few times over the years. He's just got progressively better every year, consistent with his training, and you can really see like the sort of consistency and the effort that he's put into all of his training, because each year he just gets that bit better. And it's great to see him really sort of pushing on and getting these opportunities, because he's worked hard for it.
He's worked very hard, yeah. He's grafted, that's for sure, and he's grafting up a 5th. But it is Foytu who's looking like a class of his own here. There's number 8. He is, of course, a junior log lift record holder at 206 kilos. And if I didn't say that early enough, you probably figured it out by the end of the 60 seconds. He is dynamite. Foytu is lived up to the billing, I think. All the videos online of him doing 200 plus kilos. He is, let me just remind you, just 21 years old, Terry.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's power right there, isn't it? Impressive.
Very impressive.
He's the junior world record holder in log press, 206 kilos. So up in our next pairing, Terry, we have Paddy, who wrote on his biography, pronounced Paddy, in case you get it wrong. Thank you, Paddy. Paddy Haynes, 26 years old, from Banbury in Oxfordshire. European, British world champion in the deadlift. And this is our last pair out. He has a max log of 160 kilos. He's on the left-hand side. He's up against Adam Roszkowski of Poland.
Wow, that was easy.
And Roszkowski. Oh, Haynes goes down. I hope he hasn't hurt himself there, Terry.
Yeah, it's always a bit scary when the log goes behind you like that. Adam looking really impressive over on the other side. Really strong.
The Pole, who lives in Germany, has won a SCL, Strongman Champions League, World's Strongest Team Championship, twice.
Come on, Paddy. Paddy, another one. He's a good up-and-coming English strongman at the moment. He's really on the rise, and it's great to see him in this with these guys that are obviously, nipping at the heels of opportunities to get to World's Strongest Man. He's definitely on the way up, that's for sure.
I mean, 150 kilos on a big 12-inch log like that. It's an incredible ask, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Paddy Haynes is definitely not as big as someone like Roszkowski. To have that huge rib cage, and you, of course, are a very big man. You had a bit more shelf than most to stick it on. It's still not easy. It's not a comfortable thing having that log on there, is it?
It's definitely not.
Well, that's it for the open category. And let's have a look at the overall scores of the men's log clean and press. And these guys aren't just looking for places at OSG. These guys are looking for places at the World's Strongest Man. And they are of that caliber, undoubtedly, with Andrew Foytu, Terry. 8 repetitions.
That's incredible.
And then we got the pair of poles there in second on 6 reps. It's the second dawn of Poland, perhaps, as we see some real talent coming through.
Maybe. I mean, it was a real hotbed for top strongmen for a good few years. And obviously, it'd be great to see them sort of rising back up to the top again. But some amazing performances there.
So let's hear from Kaz now and this young junior who won it.
Athletes was truly amazing. What's your max?
Well, right now I hold the junior world record at 206 kilograms.
Junior, does that mean you're like a really young man?
Well, currently I'm 21 years old.
Okay, can I say wow? Has anybody told you that you might have just a little bit of potential to step up to Giants Live and get involved with the big guys?
Well, I heard it once, maybe.
You might hear it again and again, and your phone may be ringing. But after this event, that's really, really impressive. Great timing, great lockout, overall body power. How's your yoke?
Oh, I have to say it's really good for my competitors, but to be honest, I want to go into top 3 on yoke.
And what's your worst event of the 6 this weekend?
None.
Man, I like your attitude already. Not a bad event, a great log press, yoke coming up. Awesome job. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're now getting ready for the open category straight away. No time whatsoever. The first one, Patrick Haynes of England. It's a time trial for this one. He has dropped it. Can he pick up quickly? And it's at a skew, meaning he has to adjust on the fly, using his core a lot harder.
I know Paddy's usually really good at this type of event. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a bit disappointed with that. yeah, just clip the ground too many times. I know how fast he is usually. He's not going to be happy about that, I'm sure. But a great up-and-coming British strongman. He's definitely on the rise at the moment.
And a reminder, the weight of the yoke goes up.
Yeah. It's big weight, 420 kilos. You're then sort of getting into the realms of the real sort of big boy weights that they're using at World's Strongest Man. And I know what Paddy's like. I've seen him compete. I know he's not going to be overly happy with that because this is a sort of event he could usually really put in a big performance.
Well, we've now got 4 more pairs who are set to go head-to-head. Now this one, massive shout out to all the volunteers here, the guys who are turning the yokes around to make sure that it happens as quickly as possible, with the exception of this one. He's the only person going on his own. And as for everyone else, it will be head-to-head. Germany, Netherlands, England, Poland and Czech Republic all represented here. And Terry, in terms of yourself, being a taller man, what's the kind of optimum height here? Because we're seeing a geezer in Kevin who is a tall bloke. Is that a benefit when it comes?
I don't think this is necessarily a benefit or a disadvantage. The one thing I would say is picking your yoke height is crucial. So for anyone who's listening on the stream that's a budding strongman or strongwoman, when you're training yoke at home and you feel like you've got the right height, put a tape measure on it, and so you know, and take it to competitions with you. You always know what height then. And if your height falls between 2 holes, always go for the lower one. You want more ground clearance.
That is great
so many
advice.
people they'll set the bar too high to make the pickup easy, but then they end up clipping the ground and it slows them down along the run. So you're better off taking that extra split second to get the extra, to put that effort in to get the deeper pickup. So you've got more ground clearance, and that way, if it does rock around, it's not going to cause you a problem.
Well, we've seen a brilliant pickup, an enormous delay there from Jonathan Wolvert from Germany. But as for Kevin from the Netherlands, as solid as a rock. We've seen faster, but that there is solid.
Good run. And I've got to admire that he's rocking a pair of Jordans as well.
Mate, I appreciate you talking about the footwear, because
Yeah.
we've seen Vans, we've seen Converse, we've seen Nike Dunks. First pair of Jordans so far.
It is the first pair. I mean, I've actually got that pair as well.
So, mate, you're going to roll back the years. It's the World's Strongest Man final. You got the yoke. You can choose any Jordans in history. What are you going for?
Jordan 11s. I've got some Space Jam ones.
What size are they?
17.
17. What size for you, Rob?
13.
13 for Rob Frampton. I'm an 8.5. Just checking it out there. 17s.
Imagine Terry with 8.5 feet. That would look he wouldn't
17s, mate. What about the feet? What about
It is what it is. I'd fall over a lot if I didn't have big feet.
And do you know the good thing about Terry now is years ago he would wear shoes and he wouldn't do his shoelaces up, and it was my bugbear. Everywhere you went,
in case you can't hear Rob Frampton, what he's saying is that Terry doesn't always tie his shoelaces, a bit like Usain Bolt in 2008 in the Olympic final.
Yeah.
You've also got glitter shoes, mate, which are amazing.
The pink glitter shoes were something special, that's for sure.
You tried to do a power step for them, didn't you?
Yeah. But they, I mean, the not doing the shoelaces thing, that was half the time. My back was so tired from training, I was like, I can't even be bothered to do my shoelaces up. I'm not going to bend over.
Well, I once did some filming with Bibby on a kids' TV show. He actually couldn't get down to his feet to tie his shoelaces.
That doesn't surprise me, to be fair. He's absolutely enormous.
When your main issue for deadlift is getting down to the bar, you know you're a pretty big geezer.
Yeah.
In the background there was Rob Frampton, the loveliest bloke you're ever likely to meet, and one of the most passionate when it comes to strongman, given so much to this sport over the years and continues to do so. As for these gents here, it is Tom Place versus Andrew Flynn. It is the Battle of England. And even start.
I expect Andrew to be really, really quick on this, actually. He's usually really quick at these sort of events.
And
again, they're all struggling with this pickup height. They're just clipping the ground way too much.
How low is Andrew, by the way, in this walk?
Yeah. So he's trying to keep himself really upright to give himself some extra clearance. I think perhaps different bit of equipment, and where it's perhaps swinging around a little bit more than what they're used to, it makes it a little bit tougher maybe. I think there's going to be a few of them that are going to regret not taking the lower bar height.
Again, what's really interesting, one thing I love about Strongman is the different sizes and types of bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, case in point there, such a thick man Tom is.
Yeah, he's huge. Yeah, real bull of a man, isn't he? He's real thick legs, broad shoulders. He's a big man.
He looks like the ultimate doorman.
Yeah. And then you've got Andrew, who's sort of more, he's an ex-rugby player as well, so very athletic.
Hey, Gabriella in the house. Gabriella Bryce, the daughter of Colin Bryce, sadly broken her arm recently. Speaks many languages. It's a family event as well as obviously being a serious event here. And one thing we've got to look forward to, not only on the 2nd of September, is it basically the World Deadlift Champs. Not only is your mate Adam Bishop potentially going to pull 505, but afterwards, it's as important. It's the stag do of Adam Bishop, the unofficial stag do.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Probably 15 strongmen and about 20 rugby players all out in Cardiff.
And me.
Yeah, and you as well, yeah, obviously.
Bringing the average down.
Yeah, but it's going to be an interesting night.
It'll be obviously sparkling waters. So here we have Ryan Bennett, Oscar Zilkowski. And a very, very solid performance.
It was very fast.
We're almost seeing, Terry, as the weight goes up, it's almost as though you can't get to those speeds that you possibly see with the slightly lighter weights. So it could come now down to not much time separating a lot of these athletes.
Yeah, and I mean, all these guys will have trained hard for this. They'll be bringing their best, and obviously you're getting up into the realms of these guys being world-class athletes. So obviously the margins between the different positions get smaller and smaller the higher up you go. It's something I always sort of discussed a lot with World's Strongest Man, and you might place it down in fourth in your group, and it looks like you're miles off the winner, but actually the margins are so tiny between the top guys.
And talking about margins, we have a new leader. 14.03 seconds is now the time to beat.
Number 2 from the Czech Republic, Andrej.
Great performance there from Ryan. Local lad as well. It's from just down the road in Essex.
So we have the final pair, Adam and Andre.
I'm interested to see Andre because obviously his log press was unbelievable. 8 reps with 150 in a minute. Let's see how his other events are. But just 21 years old. Got a hell of a future.
How will his legs be feeling at this point?
Yeah, I mean, he made the log look so easy. I don't think it would have taxed him too much at all. But the big Adam, the Polish guy as well, he looked very impressive on the last event. Big guy, looks very athletic as well. So this could be interesting.
Adam has officially changed his name to Adam Radzikowski. We don't know why he's done it, but it's officially now Radzikowski. That is official.
There we go, 14.03 seconds.
Andre versus Adam.
Oh, these boys are fast.
No! That. Wow! Wow!
Have we found a new Polish superstar?
That was superb. He made that look so. Andre performed well, but Adam was on fire. Let's find out the time officially. 14.03 was the time to beat. We've seen one person go sub 10 today. That was 9.89, and that was Gavin McNamee of Ireland. We've just seen that bettered with 9.9. So not bettered, slightly. We've seen, I thought it was 9.09, I'm not going to lie to you, but it was 9.9. We're going to wait to, is it 9.90? So 1/100 separating him and the best time that we've seen so far today, but that is the best open time we've seen, 9.9 seconds. Let's hear from Adam, who's ready to go with Kaz as the camera heads that way. That was off the charts.
Adam Roszkowski, nice job. Beautiful yoke run, such a great race. You put a lot into this. What's your body weight?
156 kilo.
And what are your aspirations in strongman?
World champion.
world's strongest man someday.
Yes.
Boy, I've heard a couple guys say that, and then they went ahead and did it. How old are you now?
29.
Got a great age. What's like your max deadlift?
I have a Polish deadlift, so I'm not strong at it, but it was by around 360 maybe, so.
And your max squat?
Squat is like maybe also 360.
And your max log?
Didn't measure it. Just for reps, I did like 170 for 3 or something.
And what's your favorite event coming up in the next 4 events?
Power stairs, I think. It'll be good.
All right, Adam. Hey, nice performance. Great job on putting on a beautiful show for everybody here today. It's wonderful to interview at the end. A guy like you with all the potential. You're a massive man, and you have a bright future.
Thank you.
Adam, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Give Adam a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Last huge race of the day.
Andre and Adam, unbelievable performance there we saw from Adam. Have we seen the birth of a star? Adam Roskowski of Poland, Andre Fosztu as well, and not forgetting Oscar.
The boys battling with enormous 150 kilogram, 150 kilogram. That's an enormous
Big
sack.
boy, big boy.
Wow, that's massive. And our first man there, Jonathan Wolfert. He's been asked to move to the lane closest to the cameras just to get a prettier shot of him. And we're underway. Waste no time. The man from Germany. This is a serious weight, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, I had it written down on my bit of paper that they were 140 sandbags. They got 150. Big weights. I remember the first time in Philippines they threw those 150 kilo sandbags into World's Strongest Man, and so many of the guys struggled with them.
People were shocked, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now these guys are doing the same sort of weights. It's great to see.
Yeah, across the board. And well, let's see how they get on.
I think it shows a measure of how good these guys are. You know, these guys are very, very nearly at that sort of World's Strongest Man level.
If not, this is where you discover them.
there.
If not already there, you know. I have to say that Foytu is a star.
Yeah.
206, 208 kilo log presser.
Yeah.
Poof. That puts him in the top 5 or 6 in the world, doesn't it? Pretty much. And well, maybe I have to get him to Glasgow, actually.
Yeah. Both the Poles are good as well, the Polish guys. Both fantastic yesterday.
Well, while we watch Jonathan here,
Yeah.
let's remember back to OSG last year. You know, we have Schoenwinkel and we have Matty Ragg, 2 men who went on to make the WSM final.
Yeah.
And this is definitely the way ahead. And if you're sitting at home and you're watching, you think, geez, I could do better than this fella here. Well, put your name down on a form and join in, because the idea behind Official Strongman was actually sort of came from the criticism of why can't I get a giant slide? And of course, there's not enough places at these things necessarily to get people a chance. And of course, all the other weight categories, and both male and female, and we wanted to do more and more. And in the end, we realized this is the only way to get a man from Kathmandu to World's Strongest Man and win it, because he's not going to ever get a chance otherwise. It's very difficult. So, and also to showcase and create Europe's Strongest Man and World's Strongest Man, and Europe's Strongest Woman, World's Strongest Woman across the board. And
I think that's where it sort of is good. Like you said, the strongman scene in some countries is not big at all, but these guys never had guys and girls never had an opportunity to compete on this level. Now they've got that opportunity. You know, they can prove how good they are, get that opportunity, compete against better guys so they improve as well. And it's just a massive positive for the sport. I think for me, this is the future of strongman and woman.
it's just the fairest way to do it. It's you compete online, you compete here, and then hopefully, I mean, this is absolutely the pinnacle for Europe, but there is also the chance to do OSG and go in categories there. And of course, if you're an open male, as these chaps are, as Tom Place of England, closest to camera, and Andrew Flynn of England.
I expect Andrew to be really good on this event.
Isn't he just?
He's very fast. They actually call him the Flying Finn.
And he's rocking Jordans. Are they Jordans, Terry? You're the expert.
No, they're dunks.
I knew Terry would know. You could do that subject on Mastermind, Terry. Sorry, I've actually offended Terry, who's a Jordan specialist. As Andrew Flynn goes back for the 4th sag. Tom Place is Could well steal the first place here. Oh no, he staggered backwards. Oh, Flint over the sack. That was a gamble.
That was a gamble. Good performance there from Tom as well. I mean, you know, we talk about sort of different bodies types and stuff. You wouldn't expect Tom to particularly be great at an event like that, but put in a really good performance against someone who we know is very quick.
He's a proper unit, is what
Oh,
he's
he's massive, yeah.
Andrew Flynn's time there. 39.57 seconds, and the time of place soon to come.
Say about Tom, back when I was playing rugby, that's what you want your tight head prop to look like.
Big time.
Your scrum wouldn't move anywhere.
45.37 for Mr. Place, and puts him into second place. Next up, it is
Paddy and Kevin.
Yes, Patrick and Kevin. Paddy and Kev, and it's England versus Netherlands. Patrick Haynes against Kevin Hesselegger of the Netherlands.
Yeah, Paddy, another one, like I said yesterday, he's very good up-and-coming English strongman. Hasn't quite, you know, not quite got the size yet, but he's very good at this type of event and he's improving rapidly. So I expect a big performance from him now.
I wonder what body weight is for Paddy Haynes.
Not big, but he's very quick.
Well, as Hesselegger, he's definitely he's a big dude.
He's a big guy, yeah. He's rocking Jordans.
Are those Jordans?
Those are Jordans.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
I nearly said that, but after my failure on the last one, I thought I wouldn't. Here we go then. Paddy Haynes, the Englishman, pops up onto the platform with ease. Could this be threatening the lead? That's the question. Hesselegger, who's got the height,
That has to be the lead, surely.
does not have the speed that Paddy Haynes has, and he's sprinting off around the arena here.
Maybe he needs the toilet. Fantastic performance there from Paddy. Really great.
Well, a ringer for Tom Stoltman, big Kevin Hesselegger.
He did look a lot like Tom there. Really did, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A new leader, just over 35 seconds. 35.46 to be exact. And it is Paddy who managed to pull that one off.
Yeah, good performance there because he probably made a little bit of a mistake on the yoke yesterday where he was perhaps didn't get the bar height right, was clipping the floor quite a lot. And that's an event he's usually very good at. But he's made amends for it there, and it's great to see him do well.
Oskar Żolkowski of Poland against Ryan Bennett, big Ryan Bennett, who gets a slap there off of his pal. He's a sort of gentle giant, isn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan's a real nice guy. Made it to Britain's Strongest Man this year. And, yeah, I mean, I got a lot of time for Ryan. He's just always been there or thereabouts, sort of just chipping away, gradually getting better. Still a young guy as well. And, you know, he's now reaching that point where he's, you know, he's a real top strongman. It's great to see. He's progressively just got better. He's come through the ranks. He did novice competitions and he's literally worked his way through up in the sport, and now he's at this level competing for an OSG European title almost, and then obviously trying to get another Giants Life.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid to say your money would probably be on the pole before you even start there.
They're always good. The
so
poles are always
fast.
good at these sort of events, always.
Under the bar he goes, back to set number 1. Phase 2 of the steeplechase now.
Well, England's strongest man, Doncaster. 1st of October, you'll no doubt get to see Ryan Bennett battling it out to try and win that title. Get your tickets, come along. And Żolkowski, no doubt battling to win Poland's strongest man this year as well. But Bennett finishes off. He looks fairly slow compared to the pole, but
I think it was still a good time.
it was still a very good time. And Oskar is super quick. Paddy Haynes was 35.46 seconds. Oskar 35.44, just ahead.
200ths of a second.
Very good stuff. 200ths of a second. And, well,
It's quite an interesting one. We always used to say this about sort of when the Marius time and all that, and Yarek and Christoph and all those guys were competing. They were all good at like events like this. All of them were good at it. Like, and it was sort of, you know, they just sort of all were good at the same sort of events. It was really strange. But I guess when you're competing against guys of like a very high level on certain events, you know you've got to catch up.
Come on. Almost every guy out of Poland it's like made out of a machine somewhere.
Yeah.
He's 6'2",
Yeah.
6 foot, you know, absolutely stacked, not carrying much fat,
No.
and super athletic. I mean, it's a remarkable common trait between the top strongmen out of Poland. They are so fast and athletic. Now this is going to be interesting. I'm fascinated to see how Andrei Foitu, closest to camera here with a little ponytail, see how he gets on. He is so powerful in the press, and I just fear he might be too chunky to last in the sandbag steeplechase, but he's doing all right up against Adam Ryszkowski on the far side, who shot puts over the sandbag.
I think both these guys are super impressive and got a lot to give the sport, that's for sure.
He's a big man, Ryszkowski. You see his legs, his wrists, everything. He's a really impressive strongman. Oh, he just went a little low. Could Foitu? No, he doesn't quite sneak it.
Nearly did.
Nearly did. And when you're a world-class presser like Foitu, it's always hard to match that up with world-class speed and endurance. But he's got the grounds to be a very, very good strongman, this young guy. 21 years old, Terry.
That's crazy. I mean, I think both these guys, and even the last two, sort of very, very impressive there. Yeah, a little bit of a mistake, perhaps a bit of inexperience on that loading race from Adam, but...
So, Oscar, the winner of the men's open sandbag steeplechase, and we're going to try and drag him out here for a little interview.
I'm sure.
I'm not sure how his English is.
No,
it's all right.
I'm sure Adam's going to be really kicking himself about that little mistake at the platform, because he probably would have won that event. But
yes, our placings are in the open category. Just getting it confirmed. Oscar is obviously first. Haynes second by 200s. And Ryszkowski was third. And in fourth position, Foitu came fourth.
Yeah.
That is impressive. Oh, anyway, let's go over to Radzi now, who's with the winner of the event.
Well, I'm delighted to be joined by Oscar Zilikowski. His English isn't his favorite language, but he's kindly said he will speak to us. Oscar, how did you enjoy that?
I don't know, it's pretty everything. I feel good this event. Sandbag, this weight is not good, not big for me, and I feel very fast.
Poland has many strong men, Mariusz Pudzianowski, Mateusz Kieliszkowski. Are these people who you think one day you would like to be like?
Yeah, I want to be strongman from Poland, and I want. Sorry.
No, take your time. I don't speak any Polish, so take your time.
So, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. And finally, in Europe's Strongest Man, how important would it be for you to perform well here?
The most important for me is staying podium.
Thank you very much, Oscar. He doesn't speak English as his favorite language. He gave it effort regardless. Give it up for Oscar Zilikowski. Polska siła.
Polish power.
In the men's open, it's really tight. Adam Ryszkowski of Poland put in a sterling performance in the sack steeplechase to now go ahead of Andro Foitu of the Czech Republic. So Poland on top, Czech Republic in second, but it's a Polish sandwich as Oscar Zilikowski is the man who sits in third, just half a point back from Foitu. And here we are at the European Championships of Strength, the official strongman European Games, and is the men's open deadlift ladder about to begin. 60 seconds to take on 4 different weights. And Jonathan Wolfert, he looks nervous, and rightly so. He's taking on 300, 320, 340, and finally 360 kilos. Our referee there, Egil Berl Jonsson, gets it underway, and Jonathan Wolfert, he's well past his 85 kilo days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Straps on to the second. Strapping on. Would you strap on to everyone?
No, I would probably go for, well, now. I wouldn't even attempt it, but back when I was competing, I wouldn't have strapped on for any of them.
Really?
I'd have gone all the way through without straps. Just because, I've always been lucky and been blessed with a decent grip. So
yeah, you do. You got a fair old mitt.
Yeah, the limiting factor was the back strength, not the grip strength.
Yeah, definitely. It does add up, though, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's got to be like at least an inch of relaxation the strap gives you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also you can attack the bar so much harder off the floor.
360. Here we go. Ooh.
I think he might have hurt himself.
Not a hammy.
Yeah.
That would be a real sad finish to it.
It definitely looked that way.
Yeah, he's pulled his hammy. He's more
You
furious
see-
at
yeah.
himself. I don't think there's...
You see a little jolt there, didn't you? No,
Yeah, that's a shame.
it's never what you want to see.
Medic's hopping in there just to make sure he's okay. I don't think he's... I think he probably knows what it is. There's a little pull in his stomach as well. But it might even be cramp in the
Cramp.
stomach. You know what
Ab
cramp's
cramp.
like. Oh, it's the worst, isn't it?
I remember my first I used to get it all the time when I was competing, didn't I? Ab cramp, but my first bodybuilding show, it looked like I had an alien bursting out of my stomach because I had cramp in my abs so badly.
Did it look great?
Yeah, but you'd always...
You almost want ab cramp.
Yeah, when I was finishing the stones, I'd sort of like, you'd always see me
always see you
stretching.
backwards, yeah.
Yeah, people thinking, oh, is he celebrating? It's like, no, I'm just stretching my abs out because I've got cramp.
How did you deal with your cramp out? Because I'm an unbelievable cramper as well.
I have no idea. Well, I didn't really deal with it. Excuse me. I didn't really deal with it. That was the problem. It was always an issue through my whole career.
Oberst swore, because he was a terrible cramper as well. He swore by pickle juice.
Yeah. I think that's an old American football thing. I think they all
Yeah.
used to sort of say that, but it's horrendous.
Oh, he's got a bit of a pull in his... we're getting a signal here that he definitely pulled some muscles in his stomach, or it could still be cramp. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll find out, I guess. Hopefully Wolfert is not too badly hurt, because he's not too long into his strongman journey, and it'd be nice to get a few years before getting any kind of bad injury, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
It's kind of expected, isn't it, at some point,
unfortunately, it's
sadly?
part of the sport. It's just if you stay in it long enough, you will get an injury.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But
How many years before you got your first one?
it was first big one was probably about 4 years. 4 years of hard going at it and doing international comps, and then I had a spiral of injury after injury for about 2 years solid.
Did you then manage to sort of calm it down? And
Yeah, but it took me to need some time off to be able to do that, because all the time, you rush back and then the next thing happens, and then I remember when I tore my bicep and I rushed back to World's Strongest Man 2010 after my surgery, and then I rushed back, and just after Worlds 2010 I tore my lat on the other side, and it was just like that, just constantly, because you're overcompensating all the time.
I seem to remember there was almost like a theory. It was the 9 contest theory. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
No one does this anymore.
No.
You did 9 international contests in a row. Zydrunas did the same,
Yep.
and on the 9th one he did something.
Yep.
And he said to you, Danny, don't do the last one.
Exactly
And he
true.
did it, and he banjoed something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, leading into that first bicep tear, it felt like I'd had toothache in my elbow for the last, 4 or 5 weeks going into it.
It was common.
It was definitely on its way.
That's interesting. So was it in your joint, or
Yeah,
was it more bicep?
literally right in the sort of centre of the joint. But
If that's you at home listening,
yeah.
what do you do in that scenario, though?
Well, I mean, because I had all the competitions coming up, and at the time, actually, it was sort of I was getting ready for my first wedding. So I was saving for that, just putting away my first one, first of 2. Yeah, no, just putting away a bit of prize money to obviously help pay for the wedding. So I was like, I'll just do every show. But Yeah, it was a stupid.
I guess
move,
you go
really.
and get treated, don't you? That's
Yeah,
what you do. That's a
yeah,
stupid
and
question.
go and get treated. All I did was took lots of ibuprofen, and I don't recommend you doing that because it ruins your stomach.
Well, I'm afraid that if you're watching at home and you are a friend or family of Mr. Wolfert, he is certainly communicating happily with everybody over there. He seems to have done something to his stomach. He is getting up off the floor. They're helping him up. He's getting up slowly because he's obviously in some discomfort. There you go. Oh, well, we've got pictures now. Here we are. Thumbs up there. Maybe it was just horrific cramp. Dr. Todd, is he going to have a chat with him to hear what it was? A little cuddle. Dr. Todd can heal anything. Hallelujah from Dr. Todd, and you're away.
Well, and he actually really cares about the guys as well.
He's the greatest, the nicest man I've probably ever met, actually. Bless him. We love Dr. Todd. So off he goes then, a little, no doubt, discussing things in German there, because that's Mr. Pescari from Austria, our 105 kilo rock star of strength. And we continue on then.
Taking the stress off the discs
And it
on
was.
2, 3, and 4, and then I hamstring that he thought was torn by putting his heel into the floor, which then countered and relaxed the other side. So we got the erectors relaxed, we got the hamstring relaxed, and we got the psoas relaxed.
There we are, from the doctor himself, as we said, Dr. Todd, the legend. So Dr. Todd was just saying that it was all to do with the psoas, and actually stomach, which made it feel like a torn hamstring. Nothing torn. Dr. Todd laid his hands on him, and he's healed. I told you, hallelujah, he's the man. Tom Place on the far side for England. Kevin Hazelegger of the Netherlands, nearest to camera. Sorry if you couldn't quite hear that, but that was basically the medical translation for the rest of us as to what happened. And we continue on here. Kevin Hazelegger trying to catch Tom Place, who's, he's a unit, Tom. Is it?
It's very, very strong off the floor as well. It's just that top bit he's struggling a bit with.
Can he hitch it? Oh, boy, did he knock his knee back there? That did not look good. And
No, I'm hoping it's just the camera angle made it look worse than it was. He's walking okay.
He is walking okay. I could have sworn
He
that
definitely
popped
looked like
backwards.
it to me as well. I was like, oh, God.
That looked to me like a Shaquille O'Neal moment. If you know what I'm talking about. When your knee just bends back a little too far. And there's Tom Stoltman's lookalike, not exactly happy with his
Didn't look happy there, but, you know, I mean, obviously, we understand, and I think probably most of the people at home will understand as well. There's a lot of pressure on these guys. They want to be progressing. They want to be getting into Giants' lives, and they know that doing well here will give them that opportunity.
So we shift on and continue on, and there's a certain feeling in the air. I don't know what it is, Terry. I just want to get through this safely
it's
now.
getting a bit tense, isn't it? Yep.
We've only got a few pairs left. And our next two athletes, Andrew Flynn of England. Andy Flynn, 31 years old, from Lancing, second at England's Strongest Man. Up against big Ryan Bennett.
Both these boys, I believe, are competing at England's Strongest Man, are they? In Doncaster?
Yeah, on the 1st of October.
Is it first or the second? Britain's Strongest Woman on the first.
Is it a bit, 1st of October, 30th of September is the women's.
There you go.
James Nethercote, our producer extraordinaire, has all the facts and figures at his fingertips. Is Ryan Bennett charging towards 360. Straps up in the sumo position, but goes out wide. Here we go.
Good work, Ryan. Nice work.
Have some of that. Ryan Bennett and Andrew Flynn, a far lighter competitor, not far off it either. What an athlete. My goodness me, that's impressive.
Both those two did incredible there. That's fantastic.
Bennett, 30.15 for all four. Ryan Bennett, our new leader.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of them are particularly known as huge deadlifters, so that's great. I mean, they're both obviously very good, but they're not renowned for their deadlifting abilities. But, I mean, very, very impressive from both of them. Obviously put the work in.
Who knows what Ryan's saying there, but he's pretty chuffed with it. They've both put the work in, done the homework, and it has paid in spades. I mean, Ryan Bennett's PB deadlift only 380.
Yeah. I mean,
but as you said, who knows what he can actually do?
It could actually be more than that.
You don't often go for your PB, do
No.
you? Let's be honest.
No.
Unless you're Terry Hollands.
Yeah.
Then it used to be every other week for a while.
Yeah. Well, before I knew how to train properly.
Guilty as charged. Here we go then. This is going to be great. Andro Foitu of the Czech Republic, closest to camera. The king of the pressers, 21 years old, 208 kilo log presser. Adam Roskovsky on the far side, the pole. Both of these men up in podium positions.
Big deadlifter too, not just a big presser.
Really impressive. Looking quite extreme to the side to see the referee there. He doesn't want to pull a neck muscle. Up it goes, and wow.
Not just a big deadlifter. And not just a big presser. He's a big deadlifter too.
He's a big deadlifter too. He's got the full package, this guy.
Yeah.
Roskovsky. Let's see how he gets on here.
Yeah, and I know we've said it before, but Andre as well, just 21 years old. 21 years old.
I mean, that's just immense. I wonder when he began, but probably when he was about 8.
Yeah.
So he's 0.15 of a second behind. He goes into second place behind Ryan Bennett. As for Roskovsky, he's a big fella, Roskovsky. 3 bars for Roskovsky. 22.35 seconds there for the pole. That's going to hurt him a little bit, and it'll drop him down to 4th place in this event. Not necessarily overall. We'll wait for the overall results once we're finished here. And we have our final pair for the day. This is it, the last of day 2. Paddy Haynes of England, and Oscar Zolkowski. Here he is, the pole.
Representing England, Paddy Haynes.
England's Paddy Haynes. I like it, the nonchalant wave to the crowd.
Still very baby-faced, isn't he? He
Yeah.
looks like a young guy. I know he's not as young as perhaps he looks, but it's got a long way to go till he's sort of hit his full potential, that's for sure.
He looks like he can stack a lot more muscle on his frame as well.
For sure.
I don't think we're anywhere near the potential of him yet, actually.
Not even close.
He's really good. On with the straps. Zolkowski goes without straps, and is he going to get it? He does, 360. And that could make all the difference for the points. Zolkowski, has he taken first place there? Paddy Haynes, well, spent that extra time on the straps, Terry. Cost him another 5-6 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
And it could drop him down to 3rd or 4th. We'll have to wait and see. It was all very, very close.
The winner, completing all 4 lists.
Zolkowski is the winner. It's been confirmed. 29 seconds and change. The only man sub 30. Oscar Zielkowski of Poland takes the win in the deadlift. Where does that leave Foitu, I wonder? He ponders towards the producer. Who's first, second, and third? That's what I want to know. Yes, please. First was Oscar Zielkowski. Ryan Bennett is second. Foitu is third. So Bennett mixing it up there. Let's see what Paddy Haynes in 4th position. And yes, both Bennett and Haynes, they were in 4th and 6th going into this. So that is going to make things interesting. We're going to get the overall scores in a minute. But before that, I think we're going to have a little chat with our winner in the deadlift. And I'm not sure how good his English is, but we'll chuck to Radzi now. He's with Mr.
Thank you very
Zolkowski.
much, Colin. Joined by Oscar Zielkowski. Oscar, amazing performance. And final deadlift, no straps.
Yeah, very hard train. This event, this is my good event. I very feel good here, and tell you in last event, speed is very important.
Very important event, very important day. Been a successful day for you.
Yeah, but next event in tomorrow is so better for me, and I feel happy. I'm now a leader, so and this day very happy.
Very happy indeed. One final question is, what would it mean to be Europe's strongest man, open category, at the official Strongman Games?
Oh, the level is very high, competitor, and the place is very, very exciting for me. And so I have motivation, lift to big weight, and thank you.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you for trying with your English. Give it up. Superb performance today, Oscar Zilikowski.
And in the last category, the men's open, the biggest of the big boys, it's Oskar Zilikowski on 31.5 points, who leads the way, 1.5 points ahead of this new star from the Czech Republic, just 21 years old. It is Andrew Wojtu on 30 points. Adam Ryszkowski finishes off the Polish sandwich, crushing Andrei into second, but Ryszkowski very much under pressure there from Ryan Bennett. I think probably Andrew Flynn a little too far away to pull back a podium place tomorrow. But we shall see, as we have 2 events tomorrow. Yeah, stylishly moving off. Now, 190 kilos for the men's open. Proper weight, 419 pounds. And first out, it is our Dutchman, Kevin Hesselegger, in sporting the purple cap and the Jordans.
I'm rocking the yellow and black ones, the taxi Jordan ones today.
I'm gonna have to swat up on my Jordans, Terry, to be able to mix it with you.
Don't do it, mate.
Don't do it. It's an expensive thing to get into.
It's an expensive hobby.
Oh, staggering round. Hesselegger, he's a big man as well. It's starting to slip.
Did well there, though.
Tell you what, if there was a Tom Stoltman lookalike contest, he would be right up there in the points. Fair one?
It is very fair. He does, yeah. When you catch him at a glance, you actually do think it's Tom almost.
You do.
Yeah.
When he puts it back, there's a beard points forward. Yeah, he's a big guy as well. Maybe not quite Tom's stature, but
he's not a million miles off. I walked past him yesterday and I was like, Jesus, because obviously I'm only seeing him out there competing. He's a big man.
He's a big dude. 22.37 meters. And on with our next two, who look about as wide as they are tall. It's Wolfert and Place. Place, I thought he hurt his knee yesterday. I think he did. It looked like it bent back a bit, didn't it? In the deadlift,
it did look a bit weird.
Looked a bit awkward, and then he did. There was definitely a hobble or two off. Hopefully he's all right with this. And Wolfert will be going as well. You can see on the far side there, the taller of the two. He must have played rugby, Place.
I mean, you would imagine so. You'd imagine
almost,
so.
Yeah, you couldn't really avoid it, could you?
No.
And if you did, he almost certainly was a winger.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Was it Wolfert you said was a marathon runner not that long ago?
Yeah, he was. Yes. So he sent me in an email. An 85-kilo marathon runner, Jonathan Wolfert. He's a long way from that now.
Yeah.
From England, top place.
I mean, big weights as well, 190 kilos. We're literally up at world's strongest man weights now.
Oh, yeah, big time, yeah. And actually, look how chunky this shield is.
Yeah.
Well, he's just a blur of legs here, Tom Place. He's not mucking about, is he?
No.
He wants this over and done with at a good distance, too. And, well, is Wolfert going to get this one up? He's really struggling, Wolfert. I'm not sure what's wrong with him, but...
He did have that injury yesterday, didn't he?
Yes, indeed. And gives himself a slap. He's angry at himself. If he can just get it up and over the line.
There you go.
Just turn a little bit and throw it over the line. You can.
Tom Place is doing fantastic there as well.
And that's what he does. So a point for Wolfert at least, and Tom Place. Hey, that's pretty impressive from Place.
Very impressive.
I mean,
someone catch him.
Ooh, well done. Nice one, guys. My producer is whispering, is stitching me up with bad jokes that I'm not going to pass on to the audience. But he has undoubtedly, the loss of control of the legs.
Yeah. He did well there, though. That was impressive.
Very impressive indeed. So who have we got left then? We've got Ruszkowski, who didn't quite perform in the deadlift and lost some points there. We then got Flynn. Both Flynn and Ruszkowski will go together. Then we got Paddy Haynes and Andrew Foitu of the Czech Republic, who's a pleasure to find, that's for sure. Not that we found him, but he's going to be a find for all of Strongman, and I'm sure he's going to be a real star in the future. And then Ryan Bennett and Oskar Żołkowski. As we have a new leader in this, our benchmark is 43.69 centimeters. That's by Tom Place. There's Adam Ruszkowski and Andrew Flynn on the far side.
You would imagine both these guys will be good at this event as well.
I think they're both going to be brilliant, but I could be way wrong here. Andrew Flynn, he's got a power about him, hasn't he?
Yeah. Andrew's a really good athlete. He's a really, really good all-round athlete. He's very fast, very fit.
And let's face it, if you're Polish, you'd be embarrassed to show your face back home if you couldn't do 40 meters.
Exactly.
This goes with the territory. They do this in early junior school and throughout high school.
It seems that way. It
She'll
does seem
carry
that way.
GCSE, massive in Poland. And Ruszkowski.
Andrew Flynn going really well there.
Ooh, he's struggling now. He's gone for the sideways walk. Of course, those aren't Jordans, right, Terry?
No, they're dunks. Doing great.
Oh, don't go backwards too far there.
Andrew Flynn doing fantastic here.
Having seen Johnny Kelly, you get a little nervous with everybody now.
Yeah.
Andrew Flynn keeps it going.
I've seen Andrew Flynn compete a lot of times, like over the last few years. I've just sort of been waiting for him to really make that step into the Giants' lives and things like that, because he's always had the capability.
Well, he says to Rob Frampton, I'm all right, I'm all right. Of course, doesn't look all right there, but in strongman terms, he's fine. Don't worry, folks, no problem.
Definitely looks like some cramp going on.
Bit of cramp, little bit of fainting. It's all went on there. And the fun thing for these guys is they got to do the power stairs in a moment or two. Whoop. He's had a couple, but he's all right. Okay, yeah. I'm all right. I'm all right.
But yeah, I was saying I've been waiting for him to break through for a couple of years because he's got the ability, and yeah, it's good to see him doing well here, and what a fantastic performance that was.
Let's see when he walks past us. He's a bigger man than I thought he was.
Yeah,
he's not absolutely bulging with muscles like some guys, but he's got quite a long, rangy frame on him.
Yep.
And well, the Flying Flynn is 51.77 meters. 51 meters. He is the leader in the opens. But I think we've got Oskar Żołkowski to come soon. Something tells me this guy's going to be dynamite at it, the pole. I'm not sure about Foitu. That axe murderer's chest might not do him any favors in the shield carry. And Ryan Bennett, he's a chunky unit. Bennett, isn't he? Again, I don't know, but Bennett's tough, isn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, we've got obviously Paddy Haynes as well.
Paddy Haynes, who's probably going to be my favourite of the... No, I would have to say the pole's my favourite four. But I think Paddy Haynes, he's got a little strut there as well. I think he fancies this one.
I think so. Like I was saying yesterday, he's really good at farmers, yokes, things like that. Any of the moving events, he's super quick.
And sometimes I think people forget quite how That's the real strongman in many ways,
Yeah.
isn't it? You know, going around pulling deadlifts is a beautiful thing, but it's also very much a part of other strength sports like
sure.
powerlifting. But this is strongman right here. It's
Yeah.
picking up a weight and going with it. It's unforgiving in so many ways. And Paddy Haynes is very good at these kind of things, but so too is Andrew Foytu. I'm thrilled to see this 21-year-old who can bench press the world is also a superb shield carrier. But look at Paddy Haynes. The athleticism really coming into this. Foytu, I don't think he should waste too much time trying to get on his chest, Terry.
No chance.
No chance, no. He's now trying to cling on with his fingertips. He's gone for the sideways walk to try and get that 40 meters, but Paddy Haynes passes the 50, coming for the 51.77. Surely this will be the lead. Another step or two will guarantee it.
Well, we weren't wrong. We said he'd be good. It was a little bit of a punt because I've not seen him do this before, but what a fantastic performance.
Wow, that was gutsy and a half. At one point there, I think he went into the lead, then went back out of the lead. He started going backwards for a bit. Well done, Paddy Haynes.
Like you said, give him a couple more yesterday. You give him a couple more years, put a little bit more muscle on his frame. He's going to be really dangerous.
Really dangerous. If he has some good muscle, as in like traps, lower back, hamstrings, he could be absolute dynamite. He already is. He's doing very well here. And as for Foytu, I think he's just one of those guys who has exceptional power all his life. And I think he just thought he could bicep curl that back up again, didn't he? Which shows you the weight wasn't really too much for him. But you can't get away with that with 190 kilos. Still over 36 meters, Terry.
Yeah, still a good performance. And I mean, you know, this is the thing we always talk about with strongman, is being consistent is the key, and he's pretty good at that. Might not have won it, but he's still put in a good performance, and that's half the battle.
Keeping himself in the mix. As for Paddy, 56.1 meters, so by
very impressive
5 meters, he has taken the lead, and we're down to the final pair. It's Ryan Bennett, the bearded one closest to us, big Ryan Bennett. And he's up against, well, it looks a bit like Pudzianowski's cousin. It's Oskar Zolkowski, who has all of the muscles in the right places to go off at jet-propelled speed, I think.
Yeah, I can't see he's going to be bad at this.
If I was to describe the strongman physique of your average top-class pole, it's like a super chunked up sprinter, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's, there's great muscles in places that just do things. And Ryan Bennett, of course, just a bear of a man. You can see, look, jeez, he's got some quads on him, hasn't he? Can squat the world, Ryan Bennett, and no problem front squatting up that weight, so to speak. And Bennett and Zolkowski, they're off step and step. This is like synchronized shield carry.
Oskar looking a little unsteady there, surprisingly, just a little bit.
Ryan looks very steady with the weight. Zolkowski, well, there's the raw power of Bennett coming through here. He's leaning back a long way, isn't he, Zolkowski? It's hard to get much pace up, but I tell you what, he's come back at him. Oh, Bennett goes down. Was it the fitness? Zolkowski, surely not. He's going to turn around and do 56 meters. Oh, chucks it to the floor. Had no more. So 56.1 from Paddy Haynes. He's the man on top in the opens, and that's going to mix the points around a little bit. Going to be very interesting when we get to that leaderboard as to what's going to happen before the power stairs. So Radzy's gone out to grab an interview, and Paddy Haynes has gone out to chat to him. So over to Radzy.
Paddy Haynes, superb performance. A lot larger men than yourself competing in that, but you're the man who came out on top, and by some margin.
Yeah, it's pick the events I can pick points up on, basically. Like, day one was never going to be great for me, but being the lightest here, but these are the events that make me feel like I should be here.
And how does that make you feel, feeling as though you actually belong?
Yeah, it's where I want to be. It's what I've wanted to do for a long, long time. So, got some big comps coming up. These guys, it's been a huge step up for me as well. So, awesome experience and just looking forward to the last event.
And how old are you now?
I'm 26.
And what would be your goal? If I was to speak to you in 10 years' time, where do you want to be?
I want to be knocking on the door of World's Strongest Man. It's why we're here. I think it's why we're all here. But just keep getting better. Just getting that static strength up is my main focus. And like Terry said, getting the body weight up and stuff like that. But it's a long journey.
It is a long journey, and you're very much moving along that journey. You've got more chalk on your arms than anyone else. Has that been key to success here?
Yeah, chalk. I'm a nervous chalker, so I'll be sat backstage just layering up in chalk. But yes, it can't hurt.
And just finally, a word for the shield. So Rebel Strength have manufactured the shields. An amazing job. So robust. They've taken an absolute battering and have not dented an inch. How good are those shields? From your end, how do they feel when you're actually holding them?
I mean, they feel, they're just so solid. They feel lovely, but they're just such a nice kit. It's like, I wish I had stuff like this to train on, but it's all amazing. This whole thing's so well set up.
The kit's amazing. Your performance was amazing. Give it up one more time for Paddy Haynes.
Men's Open then. Oskar Zielkowski still making a Polish sandwich with Adam Ryszkowski. And the meat in the middle, it's Andro Wojtu of the Czech Republic. This new young star who is so strong in the press. And somehow I expected him to not be quite so good in the others. But he is. He's the all-round package at 21. But with those two poles there, and Ryan Bennett as well, just behind, we are going to have a doozy of an open category for the men's. Helping a lot on that. Heinz has always been helping a lot on that. But you just know somewhere in the Bavarian woods there's a few monsters waiting to be unearthed.
There has to be.
Has to be. Has to be.
200 kilograms.
Well, Wolfert, he's not exactly leaping down like some of the lighter weight categories, but he has had, well, we saw the cramping and what might have been a bit of a torn hamstring yesterday as well.
I think they were just saying he's got a bit of a bad hamstring. So,
but he's picking it up almost more like a squat, isn't he? He's trying to avoid using too much hamstring, I think.
This is not the sort of event you want to be going into with a hamstring problem, that's for sure.
Wow, that's, he's not exactly engaging the hamstrings there, he's just trying to lean against it. Look at this, going down really low, trying to quad it up. Wow, that's it. Time up for Jonathan Wolfert.
Just a bit more time, just give him a little bit more time.
Give him back his hamstring.
Yeah, give him back his hamstring, that will obviously help, but a couple...
He's got some chunky legs on him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to tackle him in rugby.
No.
That'd be a right effort, wouldn't it?
You'd definitely be getting a knee in the head.
Representing England, John Place.
So, Kevin Hazelegger of the Netherlands on the left. Tam Place of England on the right. And wow, there's a big height difference and sure is helping Kevin Hazelegger right now. With the wild power of Tom Place. Having to really lift his shoulders high, shrugging it up to get it on. That's going to run out eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Is Hazelegger, he doesn't even have to stand up fully straight, does he?
No. It is a big, massive advantage. Massive advantage.
Something that's you just have to muster the strength to deadlift it then, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about big weights as well. Same sort of weights, obviously at Europe's Strongest Man they do one extra block, but the same weights I believe, except there's one that's around about 240, 250 afterwards as well.
Well said, 240 kilos, this is the real deal. All of the numbers start with 2 here, from 440 pounds all the way up to, well, around about 500 and 35 pounds, something like that. That last one, it's a serious lump of steel.
530?
530 is it?
There or thereabouts.
I believe, let me just guess, I think it's around about 529 pounds.
Well, I tell you, my calculation wasn't bad for a dumbass from
I said
Dartford.
530, didn't I?
No, you said 5:45.
No, did I?
Did he?
No,
Maybe
I said
not.
530, man.
We're double checking with the producer here.
This has been interesting to listen back to this later because I could swear I said 530.
You might have done. You might have done.
He's playing mind tricks on me, I think. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
We're moving towards the money end, the final category. And although this man will not be Europe's strongest man 2023, he will be the European champion, official Strongman Games. And he may well be, well, he certainly is, one step closer to getting involved in the contest in Leeds and actually battling for Europe's strongest man. This is, of course, what happens with the open categories. I have Radzi here haranguing me on my shoulder. Radzi, what can I do for you, old man?
The big question is, everybody wants to know.
Yes?
Well, what's happened to your glasses?
Well, it's about the 18th pair I've sat on.
This is not the first time I've seen this. Honestly, over the years, I've seen Colin do this numerous times.
You can see how clear they are. The pizza my wife handed me is all over my glass.
Right, can you tell the story about when Arnie said to you, "Alan, why do you sweat so much?"
Colin, oh yeah, no, that was shameful.
That's amazing.
I don't think anyone needs to hear about my sweat problems, Razzie. Yeah, especially not when I stole the limelight away from Zadrunas. Just so Arnie could crack a gag about how much I was sweating.
Oh, God.
Anyway, there we are. That's a story for another time. Yes, we have Flynn against a stalking beast here in Haynes. Oh, Roy, look at Roy, he's struggling more and more to get down those stairs. And Roy needs 2 new knees. He needs one of those Stenner stair lifts down in the end.
As they get this final weight in position, let's have some athlete introductions. Steady cam on his way in now. In lane number 1, representing England.
11 steps in 56 seconds, just over, is what these men face. Here we go. As Paddy Haynes of England takes on Andy Flynn.
I see big performances from both of them here.
Quite similar in many ways, aren't they?
Yeah.
Athletic, powerful. This is going to be a showdown, a duke 'em up, and Andy Flynn leaps backwards off the power stairs. Haven't seen that one before. A little brave, to say the least.
My knee's definitely going to deal with that.
Jeez.
Both moving really fast, though. This is good.
Now this big weight, 240 kilos, 530 pounds, Terry.
Wow.
Paddy Haynes,
Wow.
the man on the right, the Englishman, beats his compatriot Andrew Flynn, but not by much. And is that number 1 so far?
That was impressive.
He's a massive character, isn't he?
Mate, what a talent as well.
31.16 for all of them. And that puts him into first place overall. And Mr. Flynn is in second position, first and second so far. And that was a fantastic duke 'em up. And we move on to big Ryan Bennett there.
I've seen Paddy Haynes compete a few times, and I've been impressed with him. Here is like, from last time I saw him compete, I think it was last year, middle to beginning of last year. He's improved a lot, and I mean,
I think there's a few stalwarts who should be a bit worried.
Yep, for
Men
sure.
who've been up at the top for a while and maybe haven't yet produced the goods that guys like him are going to be. If he just increases 2, 3, 4, 5% a year for the next 3-4 years, he's going to be world class.
Yeah, for sure.
Paddy Haynes, of course, won the Europe's Strongest Man qualifier, England's Strongest Man qualifier. Careful what I say there.
And when's England's Strongest Man?
4 parts to the United Kingdom.
Was it the 1st of October?
And the 1st of October. Yes, that's right, Terry. Good knowledge, my friend. Were you going to come along?
Doncaster Dome, I'll be there.
The Donny Dome. We're back to the Donny Dome. The scene of Many a crime.
Yeah.
I've seen many a good contest.
To be fair, 2009 I won England's strongest man at Doncaster, Don.
Yes, you did.
Good times.
Yeah, that was a Giants Live number. And early days.
Early days, really early days.
Early days.
Yeah, and you got Britain's Strongest Woman on the Saturday as well. So England's Strongest Man
Woman
on the Sunday.
Yeah.
The 1st of October, 30th of September is Britain's Strongest Woman as well.
I mean, the thing is, there aren't many good British women. That's the only problem.
No.
We got Lucy, Rebecca, and then the return of Andrea.
Well, you've got 3 World's Strongest Woman winners and one who's potentially probably going to could win this year.
I mean, it's
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon! Of
Jesus.
course, it's madness, isn't it, Chloe? It's a ludicrously stacked lineup, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, the standard in the UK for the girls is insane.
Could Rhiannon just pull off a miracle and duff up the Giants? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm already excited. But here we go. Adam Ruszkowski of Poland. Polska Górą against Ryan Bennett of England. The Englishman on the left-hand side, the Pole on the right.
There's another event that all the Poles are always good at as well. The power stairs.
They were brought up doing it. This is just natural stuff for them.
Ryan's doing great at the minute.
Ryan Bennett is producing the goods here. Will he burn out? He burned out a little bit in the previous event. It had to be said, having gone off with a charge in the shield. Does he have the fitness? This is the testing one. Will Ruszkowski nip ahead of him?
Oh.
I'm afraid it's what I feared for the Englishman, but great news for Adam Ruszkowski. I think Ryan Bennett's pretty chuffed for that one.
Still a good performance from him, and I'd say an improvement from the beginning of the year when he did it, at Britain's Strongest Man.
Yes, indeed, yes.
So long as Ryan, I mean, for guys like Ryan and stuff, he's working his way up. As long as he's improved anything show, he'll be happy, I'm sure, because he's one of those sort of guys that just evaluates himself by what he's doing.
I think the Raw said it all, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's pretty chuffed for that one, and so he should be. Ruszkowski, though, putting in a solid performance, didn't lose his cool, and came back there to take the victory between the two of them. Ruszkowski, well, he is in third, remember, a point and a half back from Andrei Foitu, who is about to come out now. The youngster, 21 years old, he's on 34 points, and he is 3.5 points behind Oskar Zojkowski. Zojkowski is really had no weaknesses so far. Foitu has had highs and lows, as it were. This man is hard to beat in anything. He's going to be there or thereabouts, but Foitu, could he produce something spectacular here? He's certainly got the upper back development to lift up the building, I think.
I just can't see Oskar losing this one. After seeing him over the last couple of days, I just can't see him. But
I can only imagine his fitness.
Yeah.
They'll both have plenty of power. Perhaps even Andro will have more power.
Yeah.
But not over 12 steps.
No, I just remember all those years of going out to Poland, and power stairs was always one of the events, and they were all unbelievably good at it.
Yeah. It is something that gets reeled out at a lot of competitions.
Yeah.
Been in a few town squares in Poland.
Yep.
Watching power stairs, and I don't think I've ever seen anything but a Polish 1, 2, 3 in them.
They're always incredible at it.
Yeah, Jarek Dymek.
Yep. Sebastian Venter.
Radzikowski, they could all crush it. Actually, probably Radzikowski had the worst fitness amongst all of them.
Szymanski,
my goodness, he could power stare all day long, all night, if he had to.
What are you talking about now? I don't know where he's going with that one. Oh, dear.
I have no idea. But what a fun 3 days we've had.
I hope he's still talking about the power stairs.
This is it, folks. This is the final pair. Andrei Foitu of the Czech Republic, Oskar Zojkowski of Poland. And whatever happens, this man in particular, at 21 years old, you can't help but say he's marked his card as a future star.
Got a big future for sure. I mean, you obviously running Giants Live must be rubbing your hands together seeing all these guys coming through.
Well, yeah, you make me sound like I'm a moneylender or something.
No. You want the talent, don't you?
You need great talent. It's the lifeblood of the sport. This is entertainment, and in sport, it's as much as one as it is of the other, and it's magnificent seeing this guy go for it. He's actually ahead of Zulkowski. So Zulkowski is putting in a solid performance. Perhaps he isn't quite as tall as I thought he was, and he's coming up a bit short each time. And you know what? Andre Foytu's done it. He's gone ahead of him there. Did he grab the win?
I don't know. He did.
Zulkowski lobbed it up there at the last second. He put everything in that. Holy cow, his third duck walk wasn't up, so he was not given the win. I'm almost certain of that now. I think Dave Warner's come over just to explain the bad news to him. Is he asking for second opinions? I'm afraid you're probably not going to get one. That's the way it is. The referee's decision final, and it could be seen on the cameras as well. So there's not much need to complain. I think he's taken it on the chin. He's happy. He's happy. Let's see what he gets. I'm fascinated to find out what the final result is here. Well, let's just remind ourselves of the points, Terry.
Yeah.
And it was Zulkowski he's 3.5 points ahead. So really, with the other pole behind him by a point and a half, he's got to be pleased actually just to hang on to the silver now.
Yeah. I think maybe that was what he was happy about. He was just checking the scores.
Let's bring this new guy over here. Please, come over. We're going to bring in Andrew over here super quick. Tell us quickly, please, sir. How's your English anyway?
All right.
It's better than mine, I think. Certainly better than Terry's.
Definitely.
What happened there? Was it the third one left hanging over a bit?
Yeah, and I couldn't hear the referee telling me, so I had to do it after I've done all of them. So.
Yeah. Where's that going to leave you? The second or
I
third
don't know.
overall?
I left the door open, so I already know I'm third.
You know you're third?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we don't have to break any bad news to you. Hey, listen, you're a star, man. We love it. We really love it.
Yeah, we've been talking about you the whole way through, saying how you've got a real massive future, and it's really impressive to see you've been fantastic through the whole show. Just 21 years old?
Yep.
It's incredible that you're at this level already at 21 years old. Who knows where you'll be in 5 years' time?
I think we're going to have to get you to the next log champs anyway.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, well done.
Thank
Congratulations. You've got many more years to win European titles. Well done to you. And go out there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
We'll finish this off here. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy. Cheers, man. So, Oskar Zulkowski is first. Adam Ruszkowski is in second. And as we just saw, our man from the Czech Republic in third. Let's go down to our man, Radzi, on the floor, who's with our poles.
Now, when you've just won Europe's Strongest Man, the Open Championship category, you get your very own translator. So we have a translator here. First of all, we can see you are hurt. Are you okay?
Yes. No. My body is very tired. I have a drop in my leg, and I can stay normal. I'm very happy to win this competition, but I'm very tired now. Sorry.
But if you are going to injure yourself, it's amazing to do it as the champion. How happy are you to be the champion?
My body, I feel not good, but my heart is very happy.
And to represent your country as well.
This is, I'm really bright, but sorry. Yeah.
He just wanted to say he's really proud to represent the country of Poland.
Thank you very much indeed. Massive congratulations to Andre Zulkowski and his translator as well for doing an amazing job. The Europe's Strongest Man 2023 Open category. Now, I'm just going to draw your attention over to the stage just for a couple of moments.
And finally, our men's Open champion, Oskar Zulkowski, on 43.5 points. 4 points ahead of his compatriot Adam Ruszkowski, and Andrew Foytu, the youngster, is absolutely in everyone's sights now as a future star at just 21, coming in third at the European Championships here in London at the XL Arena. Time now for our podium.
In second place, representing Poland, Adam Rozkowski. And your 2023 official Strongman Games Open Men's European Champion, Oskar Zielakowski.